Crickets, choo choo. Do, I've forgotten. Naked, I've forgotten. Ni, wa, you and me. Hello again. Today we're going to go over a poem titled Persimmons by Li Yong Li. So it's called 柿子 in Chinese. 柿子 is not to be confused with 狮子. 柿子 is the fourth intonation, so it's 柿子, which means the persimmon fruit, but 狮子, the first intonation, means lion in Chinese. And I actually brought some for an example. They are very beautiful. You know, skin is fairly hard, and then there's like this leaf that is usually pretty dry. Yeah, it's pretty dense. You can wait for it to ripen. When it does get really soft and the skin is always really tough. I'm going to open up with the first stanza of the poem itself. In 6th grade, Miss Walker slapped the back of my head and made me stand in the corner for not knowing the difference between persimmon and precision. How to choose. If you can imagine being back in public school or just in grade school, if you were ever criticized, I remember I was always so scared to raise my hand and have the teacher reject or ask the question to another person because my answer was wrong. The teacher is criticizing his way of pronouncing or not knowing the difference between persimmon and precision. This poem is actually in somewhat of fragments. It's not that long, but each stanza is almost like a different memory and it skips different age ranges. So I imagine this next scene that I wanted to share is fast forward from 6th grade to maybe high school. Donna undresses. Her stomach is white. In the yard, dewy and shivering, with crickets, we lie naked, face up, face down. I teach her Chinese. Crickets. Choo choo. Do. I've forgotten. Naked. Ni, wa, you and me. I part her legs. Remember to tell her she is beautiful as the moon. And I wanted to actually pay attention to syntax here. Crickets. Choo choo. Do. I've forgotten. Naked. I've forgotten. Ni, wa, you and me. The colon here serves both as a pause for us as we read, but also as a direct juxtaposition, like one to the other. So we move from crickets to the onomatopoeia of choo choo, and then do to the direct comparison of I've forgotten. Naked, direct comparison, I've forgotten. And then ni, wa, you and me. Ni, wa, you and me is actually a direct translation of what the Chinese you and me pronouns are. But then with do and with naked, we see that the author has forgotten those translations. So the way that the narrator was put down in his early years in 6th grade, when he didn't know the distinction between persimmon and precision, he lost or suppressed that language when he grew up. And in this moment of intimacy, when he suddenly remembers, oh, I would love to teach this white woman who I love, or who I have a physical attraction to at least, this language, my mother tongue, but he finds himself not being able to actually transcribe or to explain to her the words that he now knows in English, but not in Chinese. The last excerpt I wanted to share is precisely the last stanza, where the narrator talks to his dad who is losing eyesight. His father says, I painted them hundreds of times, eyes closed. These I painted blind. Some things never leave a person. Scent of the hair of one you love, the texture of persimmons, in your palm, the ripe weight. Although the narrator may feel like he's lost his language, he's lost connection to a lot of the translations that he once held, there's still figments and phantoms of those threads in his own being, even if he can no longer vocalize it. So that's it for what I wanted to share today, and I'm going to link the entire poem down in my description box below from the Poetry Foundation. I'm posting this the same day that I recorded it, so please have a good weekend, and I will see you in the next video.